What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex. In this video, I want to talk a little bit about Skull and Bones Year 2. Talk about two major changes / improvements that are coming with this upcoming season, but also, make this video, honestly, to give credit where credit's due. And this is kind of where I want to start. For as much as I think this game is just a pretty mediocre game, all right, that's just my personal opinion. I've seen people online that said, hey, if you stick with it, if you actually play, 20, 30, 40 hours, the game actually becomes quite good. I've seen it. I believe them. I really have no reason to doubt them. In my opinion, I was just never hooked by this game, but personal opinions aside, and again, something I really want to focus on, they really do deserve kind of a round of applause for sticking with it. And I guess I should also say that sticking with it probably implies that the game is a bigger success than we thought it was. I guess that's not guaranteed. It's possible that the game is not being played and yet they continue to update it anyway. But I actually would say this, either way, whether the game is kind of under the radar, pretty successful month to month, and they're keeping the player base intact, or it's not, right? No matter which case it might be, I still do want to give credit for, this is a game that I did not expect them to really put in as much effort after the fact as they did. Now, you could make the argument that, okay, well, all of this extra work after the game came out, shouldn't you have put that, before the game came out? And hey, honestly, that's a valid thing, but I do want to applaud them because I can't even honestly believe the game is sticking around for a year or two, let alone they're actually adding quite a few different things. Now, they don't mean too much to me, or at least most things don't mean too much to me, but we do actually have two major things. One is the crack, and just wanted to kind of throw that in as almost just a Pirates of the Caribbean preference to me, or biasness to me. Super cool. If you recall, I think it was 2018, E3 2018, they teased the Kraken, and that was a long time ago. That was before Skull and Bones got delayed for 6 more years after. But hey, we finally get it now in I guess we get it 7 years after it was first teased. But no, they only showed concept art, so we don't actually see it in action. But it sounds pretty cool, and the concept art looks pretty cool. So I don't know. To be honest with you, I really think I would fire this game back up because I do have it. I would fire it back up just to take out the Kraken. It's just something that's always going to get me no matter what. And then probably the biggest thing, you may or may not have seen it, but it's kind of the thing everybody's talking about, is actually land combat. Now, I will be a little controversial and say what we saw, and it's not you don't have the whole screen. You can't see all of the things going on kind of in the background. It does look rather stiff and kind of underdeveloped. Now, it does come out in the fall, right? So this is something that's not coming out tomorrow or anything. They got a little bit of time. And again, just the fact that they're actually adding it. Now, this one is a big kind of okay, I'll give you credit, but I'm also kind of not going to give you credit. This should have been in the game come day one. When this game launches, when a Pirates game kind of building off the back of Black Flag, at least in marketing kind of perspective, when you have a game like that comes out, and you have sword fighting and combat in that way come out a year and a half after the game comes out, again, I'll give them credit that at least they're adding to it, and this is a feature that's coming because, again, honestly, when this game released, I never even thought we would get to a point where they'd be able to add this. I thought either the game would shut down before they could ever add something like this, or they were just never going to add something like this because it would be too much of a kind of a big thing, right? Too much work or energy would have to go into it. Again, in terms of what we saw with actually the sword gameplay and the actual shooting, looks a little stiff, but we haven't actually seen it. I don't think it would be a Black Flag. I never really thought it would be a Black Flag, kind of almost a free flow type combat situation to it. I would like that, but I never really thought it would be that. So I guess I'll wait that one out, see kind of what they do. But hey, you know what? The game keeps on chugging along. I can respect that to a very fair degree. And you know what? If they're doing this, or if they are chugging it along because the game actually has retained people and they want to just keep adding to it, I do want to credit that. I don't think that takes away from the quadruple A. I don't think it takes away from it being $70 when it was probably not worth that in the first place. None of the negatives, I think, all still land. It's something that maybe people are going to get mad at me, one way or another, no matter what I say. I think this game had flaws. I don't think this is a perfect game or even really all that good of a game, but I do think they deserve some credit for sticking with it and making it into year 2. We'll see how long it lasts. I mean, in this kind of developer, direct type situation that they're doing, they talk about now and in the future. It certainly sounds like a game that could get a year 3 or a year 4. And, you think about For Honor and things like that. I mean, really, For Honor is probably the best Ubisoft example, or like Rainbow Six. I mean, they're very capable of keeping games around for like 8-9 years. Like, they can do it. It's not something I ever thought Skull and Bones would do, but hey, 1 year at a time, right? So let me know what you guys think in the comments. Make sure, as always, you're subscribed to the channel, bell icon turned on, and I hope to see you all on the next one.